This podcast contains dumbasses doing dumbass things. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Dice Rolls Can Kill, that one show that occurs every other Wednesday, and boot doodle doot, as they say, as Nardwar would say. Uh, Welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you back. It's very nice to have you back. And yeah, I ain't got much to say other than hello. So hi, Shane. How's it going?
Going pretty good.
A shout out. There we go. Yep. Certified Shane moment. But either way, let's just get right into the announcements and stuff so that we can get to playing. D&D, okay? Who wants to go first? I'm calling on Coda.
Yay! Please go check out our friends over at Dicescape and the Strangers Guild. They're really, really cool. They've got some pretty cool shows coming out soon, such as they have their Daggerheart show coming out, The Last Arcanist. They also have Never Stop Leveling Up and a couple of others soon to be announced. I think casting for one of their shows should be coming out pretty soon here. And you will see some familiar faces in their shows in the next little bit. Also check out our friends over at the Strangers Guild while you're checking people out. Although do it with consent, because it's just weird to not do it with their consent, because at that point you're just kind of like being weird. So
Very nice. Very cool. Yeah, go check them out. And the link, or at least whatever the hell, for their channels is going to slowly appear on your screen and get larger and larger and larger with an inflation sound behind it. There you go, Ryan.
And then it pops like a balloon.
Yeah.
You can do that, right, Ryan?
Great.
Like, very simple, right?
We'll find out.
The
popping part.
No,
The enlarging slowly is pretty easy to figure out. Like the popping part?
Oh, we can
Inflate
just
it
cut that
big
one out.
and round. That's what I'm asking for. Anyway, Anna.
Oh my god.
Oh, the Matrix. The Matrix is getting to him. Hello? Sorry, it was the camera was bugging a little bit. So, anyway, Anna.
You're muted.
I could lip sync this right now because your mic is also. Let's just jump right into this. We got merch. Merch.
Where can we find that merch?
The description down below.
There
There's
too.
buttons and stuff right down below. There should be
Red
links.
something?
If there isn't links, then your fault. It's not really your fault. That's on us. Unless gaslight gatekeep girl boss. Blame everything on everyone else. Anyway, but other than that,
I got a little
There you
animal fun fact for you.
animal
yeah.
fun facts. Are we just doing this now?
Yeah, we're doing this at the beginning of every episode. Birds use
Oh.
rocks as teeth to grind up their food. Now, this is usually herbivorous birds will do this. Isn't that interesting? Then they
Very
spit 'em up.
cool.
Blah.
Very nice. Very cool. A little fun fact as well. Did you know that the state of Idaho exists? I completely forgot its existence. So from everyone from Idaho, you exist, I guess? I've never seen a picture of Idaho, I think. Either way.
It's the one that's like
Yeah, the weird one. That's the one that's got the little line sack or
Is
something.
it the
like,
one that's shaped like a D&D table?
something? If you have a D&D table shaped like Idaho, I apologize for you. It's more like a bar counter, I'd say, if anything.
Yeah.
You know? Like
I
it's
can
kinda
see
like,
that.
It's like a slab.
Matt,
The state of Idaho, I
maybe your
guess.
next fun fact should be a geography one, because apparently some of us need it.
I like
think
rocks
mine
and
are
shit.
gonna
What can I
stick
say?
to animals.
Yeah.
That's geology.
Basically, that's the same thing. Is
Okay.
the world not a big rock?
Anyway, don't forget to find us on Instagram at Dice Rolls Can Kill, where we let you know when our new episodes are dropped on every other Wednesday.
Exactly.
Please comment and give us some feedback. Yes, TikTok as well. And don't forget to see us on YouTube and Spotify. Although I'm not sure on Spotify if you can like and comment, but reviews help.
You can like.
Very true. Very true. Okay, 1 second. So Yeah.
Mhm.
There it is. Doot doodle
Okay.
doot. Go check the
doot.
things in the doohickeys and be the best like no one ever was. But that's besides the point. Let's get on to this D&D session, shall we? That thing that we do every day, bro, and with that Disney Channel flow.
All right.
Sorry, my
What
brain.
are those
collapsed
scenes?
Disney
out of my
This is
Channel.
a level
Alright.
of cringe that's never before seen on the internet.
Yeah.
Let's put this shit. Nah, bro, dude, there's worse out there. You,
Just let's
I
go.
don't
Let's go.
care.
Let's go.
You don't want to know about it.
I can
Let's
bring
go.
the list.
What
for
happened last
receipts.
time, Dimitri?
No,
What
no,
happened
no, no,
last
no,
time?
no.
Yeah,
Okay,
give us a recap. Let's
Let's
go.
go. Let's kick it.
I don't want to do
Come
this
on.
anymore. I just want to.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, Coda. Welcome back to Dice Rolls Can Kill. Last time we left off, our group of intrepid adventurers got out of their weird experiment chamber. But instead of cool mutant powers like Wolverine, they ended up with, oh boy, everyone knows my truth, and now I don't know how to talk about this. But in all seriousness, in pursuit of understanding the truth of every single person within the room, something had occurred. Pain with the individual known as Atlas, or maybe another name going by something, I don't know. Who knows? The party hasn't really asked about that or knows about that. But either way, Atlas experienced trauma. Refusing to basically say, hey, I have problems. And awakened from the sigil a demon. A demon that was craving for lies and truth. That sought to feed off of it, and seemingly was the stem of this entire experiment. Of course, before anything could occur, before any damage could be done to Atlas, in stepped something else. A boy. A boy that has not been seen on this realm, at least, but has been seen by very limited people within the party, back on the material plane. But now all of them bore witness to it. With it, it dispelled the demon. Aureus came in to examine what the fuck was going on in this room, in this experiment chamber. Only to find within that child some strange omen waiting to be deciphered. Perplexed by this news, he decided to continue on with the training ahead, having all of you fight shadow figures of yourselves in order to learn how to best work together. But of course, didn't go as well as it seemed. Maybe it was the confusion of what occurred earlier. Who knows? Either way, the test was stopped, the trial was stopped, and Aureus told all of you we have 7 days to get shit done. So that's what we do. Alright. Who'd have thought I could get through a I nearly said recap.
Oh, what?
Nothing.
How do you
Ew.
recycle?
How do I recycle?
How do
You
you?
I was gonna say,
recraft
I
your
was
shit.
impressed that you timed that up with the music. But
Yeah, no, that's
I'm
just
just
great.
laughing at you for misspeaking.
You're just laughing at me from this moment. Oh, thanks. You make me feel great.
Love you.
Alright. Anyway. So, all of you. Boot doodle doot doo.
Doot, doot.
All of us.
Yep.
All.
Drop something.
So, all of you finish with the trials and basically are left off where you had left before. Eaten, bruised, bloodied. All in those various B forms, you all remain within the chamber. But are able to do as you wish. Rest. Take time for yourself. Talk to your other party members. Do what is necessary. It's your call. I heard I see a finger point. What is
yeah.
it, Frodo?
Did he? Sorry if I don't remember correctly. Were those of us who had been downed brought back up?
Yes. If anything, he came over and gave like little fucking healing potions. Even though he already gave you guys pretty sizable healing potions.
Well, it's tiny. It's
And be like, here, take a basic minor healing potion that gets thrown on you like it's Baldur's Gate 3.
Just a bunch of like broken glass everywhere now.
Yeah. But either way, I will say for the sake of narrative, all of you are healed to a standing point. Not full health, but are able to get back up on your feet. So, what do you do?
Noblin's already been heading to his room.
Yeah, I know Noblin has already left.
Yep.
So the rest of you who are remaining within the room.
That was informative, to say the least.
I've never been hit so hard by 2 arrows. But then again, it was me. It was me.
Are you impressed by your own ability? Or rather, the shadow vision? Although I suppose it is us.
I'm just angry at myself. He literally took 10 steps back. I've never done that. It is what it is.
I mean, I just saw my shadow version conjure a spell, and then that's it.
You pack quite a punch.
Yeah, why haven't you ever done that before?
Well,
You holding out on this little guy.
Before.
Oh, that makes sense. Wizards are such an anomaly.
I didn't get to do anything. I feel
What?
fine.
Huh?
I feel
Kind of-
fine, but I didn't get to do anything.
I was sort of hoping that those
I
of us who are
blacked out.
still up could have, tried at least.
I really wanted to hit something.
Right. Can I ask above table? Actually, not above
Mhm.
table. Where is Atlas in all of this?
I'm literally right next to you, probably just like sitting there.
Atlas
Before.
got down pretty early.
Yeah, so I'm probably just there. I haven't moved.
Oh, we're still in like the chamber room.
Yeah. None of us have. Besides Noblin, I don't think any of us have left the chamber.
Yeah, besides Noblin. Yeah.
Cool.
Because Noblin said something. I think he said it's like,
Noblin
do
said,
this
drink
again."
your fucking potions, and we're gonna do this tomorrow.
yeah, basically. I was like, I didn't want to try and say what you said because I'm like, I don't remember. All right, but yeah, I'm still there.
He's gonna look at Atlas and he's gonna lightly nudge at your shoulders as you still have him as cloak.
Mhm.
Probably because he was wearing my cloak that I got shot twice. Anyway, can I have my cloak back?
That was just kind of take it off carefully, fold it like, yeah.
Thank you. And then he's going to gesture to like head to the doors, and then he's going to gesture Atlas to follow. Yeah.
Fine. He's getting up. Or she. Change pronouns. She's gonna get up. She's gonna start following.
Cool.
Just kind of clutching one side. I guess like left rib, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what health she's at right now. I'll just put her at one hit point. That should suffice.
Here, those of you who got healed are now healed too. Let me roll 2d4 right here. You are at 7 hit points.
That is perfectly
Woo!
fine. Oh, I need to take the temporary hit points away from the sanctuary because that's no longer.
Very true.
I mean, Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Atlas is following.
And then as he's walking, he's trying his best to looking forward, not trying to make any eye contact directly with you, and he's just gonna say, during the experiment thing, during the truth room, I saw you making gestures at me. Is there something you need to say?
If there was something I wanted to say, it would have been by choice, not in that room. Yes, I made the choice to sit down. Yes, I made the choice to tell the truth, but I was not ready. And quite honestly, I did not expect a demon to come crawling out of the floor to force me to say something I was not ready to reveal, that I did not think had any benefit to the party. My ill feelings, as it were, as I will address, I thought would not benefit anyone, because I was more than willing to move past them. Given your gesture of kindness recently, I was willing to take that as a olive branch. I have no desire to hurt any of you. Ill feelings aside. But you want the truth. Right? Like that God's forsaken room. You want the truth.
No, I don't care about what he's from or whoever. All I know is that sometimes you are looking at me. Why were you looking at me?
I was not looking by choice. That thing forced me because I chose not to speak about something, quite frankly, I don't think you needed to know, or anyone needed to know. My feelings could have been ignored. But I will not lie. In this interim hideout, and yes, we are going back that far, you called me a betrayer. When, quite frankly, we had not known enough of each other, nor even been in party long enough with each other to have gained a modicum of trust between each other. You called me a betrayer. When, quite frankly, there was nothing to betray when we were strangers. You cannot betray strangers. You can only betray friends. I learned that. I knew that. And I'm sure you have too. And then you turn around like a hypocrite, and you try to leave the group in hell, albeit a place where, as a ranger, I don't think you have a vast depth of knowledge on, let alone any of us. So forgive me if I decided that my ill feelings were best left kept to myself. That they were not going to benefit the party in any way, shape, or form. Having known them, having known that I disliked you to a certain extent, but I still had no ill intent to harm anyone. I knew I didn't. I knew I wasn't going to. So what would it have helped? Would it have been used against me? Fine! I've had plenty of weapons and other things, fists thrown at me, against me before. What would it have changed? What would me being a coward have changed? What would me being forgotten have changed? Anything, everything has been used against me. Thrown at me. What does it matter? I'm used to it. I can bear the brunt of fists and weapons and blades alike, that's fine. If I go down, that's fine. One less burden to carry, I say. So what? What is it? Is that the truth? Is that what you wanted to hear from me? I dislike you. Yes. About the same as I dislike Neve, as I dislike Liam. Because quite honestly, Neve could have stayed. Neve and you and Liam could have honored the agreement we made when we went into the Zentrum hideout, and that was to stay together. That we all, I thought, had agreed to. Am I wrong?
No. Absolutely right. Averon stops walking. And he turns and he looks at you directly. I did what I did back at the Zentrum hideout. Before we entered the Zentrum hideout. Because I haven't been with a group of people in a very long time. And as you're incredibly right, you hit the nail right on the mark. I've worked with others. And I was alone for so long. And group fighting brought me a slight little bit of joy again. So forgive me. I sensed this enormous mystery between you and the rest of the group. This large disconnect. Instincts got the better of me because I lost my team. I lost my family. So I didn't want to risk any potential dangers again. So I am sorry. And I just want to say whatever happened in that room, in the truth room, and your feelings regarding it. And then he takes out his left hand and he presents it in front of you. Now that I know who you are, hello. My name's Averon. It's nice to meet you. What was your name again?
Atlas is going to extend her own hand. And just kind of hold it like an inch or two away from his in extension. Making solid eye contact. My name is Isolde Kransilva. But you will call me Atlas for the extent of our survival. Can I have your word on that?
You have my word, Atlas.
He's gonna, she's gonna grip his hand. Not as tight as she can, but she's gonna have a firm hold. She's just gonna shake once.
I was about to ask what your strength was.
I don't have much strength, so I'm not even gonna chance it.
Just out of curiosity, what is it? What's the score?
Oh, Jesus. It's not nice. It's a solid 8. It's an 8. So I'm just like, just firm as it can be, alright?
Firm as it can be, yeah.
It's just shake.
Okay. Right.
We.
As
Oh, heck. Sorry, I was going to continue.
I'll go right for it.
I can respect starting over. But I will be honest in saying I do not want another family. And do not tell me you love me without showing me why. Because I have had the word love thrown at me in my face. And everyone turns around in my family and throws it in my face. So do not tell me you love me. Okay.
I don't.
Good.
But we're not family. But we're a team. And if we're a team, then we got each other's backs until we get rid of each other. Until we're out of hell, you and I are thick as thieves. Got it?
Understood.
And then he like completely decompresses. I haven't showered in 2 weeks.
I can tell.
I'm so sorry. I need to.
It'll do you some good.
Heard.
The baths are rather enlightening, I will say.
Does he have is it all porcelain and is it prim and proper? Is it
No, actually, it's quite I don't know if rustic is the word, but it's very natural.
You, Atlas, see that this is the first time Averon's face has never been kind of pushed up, and he has full relaxation when you say natural, and he's like, thank God. And he walks away.
Alice is just gonna stand in the hall. Kind of process.
Any of our other friends who are within the hall, what happens with all of you while this conversation is going on?
I think Mary will just kind of acknowledge the rest of the squad, and she is gonna make her way back to her room.
Okay.
And upon entering her room, she'll close the door, take off her armor, and if there is a desk in her room, she will immediately sit at it and start making lists.
Ooh. That's what you do. Awesome. Doja.
Liam is going to follow Mary, but because he's slower than her, he will eventually get to her room and will knock on the door.
Okay.
Mary? She'll walk over and open the door. Yes?
Do you mind if we talk about what happened in the fight? Because I wasn't conscious the whole time.
Oh. Yeah, absolutely. And she'll open the door more and gesture for him to walk in. And once he's in, she'll shut the door and kind of make her way back to the desk and go, actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I have been compiling lists for all of us. That sounds weird. It's not like a... Yeah, I realized as I was saying that it sounded really weird. I'm compiling a list of things that I've noticed we do very well in combat, and things that I have noticed are, well, to be blunt about it, are weaknesses. Growing up in the Underdark as part of the family that I'm part of, militaryism and whatnot is a forced trait. So I have quite a lot of experiences identifying strengths and weaknesses in individuals because of this. And so I figured who better than myself to make lists of this sort. To then, I was going to present it to Averon, actually, as some time ago before the Zenitrim fought, we had spoken about, well, my own strengths and weaknesses, and so I thought if he had been thinking about them for me, perhaps he had thought about them for the rest of us, and so who better than the ranger to discuss this with? But obviously you're here, so, and you're asking, so, we can discuss whatever questions you have. I mean, honestly, for the most part, it was pretty quick. You threw out a pretty intense spell. I fake me, shadow me, used a spell I have used before, except I'm not sure, and she looks down at her hands. I'm not entirely sure our shadow people have all of the same abilities as us. When I threw out that spell, I threw it out back when we were fighting in the theater, and I was able, well, the spell's intent is you're supposed to touch somebody with it, inflict wounds as it's called. You're supposed to touch them, but I've thrown it out at a distance before due to our newfound abilities. And so I'm curious as to whether or not these shadow forms have those abilities. But regardless, Shadow Noblin seemed to work in tandem with myself. Shadow Neve used Moonbeam, and I believe transformed into a weird amalgamation of a bear, or did turn into a bear. I was thinking about a lot of things between who to bring back up, where to attack. It was a lot to take in as it all happened relatively quickly. But you didn't miss
Who would
much.
you say is the highest threat for us?
I don't know if one particular person would be the highest threat to all of us as a group. I think certain people have the ability to overtake others rather quickly. It's all about utilizing the material, the abilities at our disposal. If I were to set a tactic to properly attack one another, I would have sent Dodger at you, personally. You pack quite a punch with your spells, but up close, there's not really much you can do.
You said something quite interesting. You said material. It made my mind wonder.
Yes.
Do they have the same equipment as us?
I believe so, yes. Averon got shot twice by himself with his bows. Arrows, excuse me.
What if I were gagged and tied up?
Now I feel like that's cheating, and you know it. I enjoy the fact that you are trying to find a way around this, but unfortunately, I think the best way is the simple and honest route. But as I said, I would have sent Dodger at you. I would have potentially used one of my spells for sight or for awareness on Noblin. Probably something like Fairy Fire or something that would illuminate him. For Dodger, I would have sent either myself or one of our other spellcasters to slow him down, take away some of his strength. Perhaps Atlas would be utilized best for that. As for myself, I would have, if anyone had the ability to magically produce sunlight. I cannot perceive well in sunlight, which would make attacking, especially if it requires me using my sight, quite a disadvantage for myself. For Neve, the trick is trying to get her out of her animal form before she gets into it. To my understanding, I believe she gets a little bit of a boost to her abilities when she's in that form, and then when she comes out of it, she's back at where she was as a human, so either stopping her before she could get to that position. Anything, a spell of some sort requiring concentration that would come from me, Neve, Atlas, or you would need to be met with a blow of some kind, perhaps from Averon or Dodger. Again, I don't think one person is really a threat to the entire team. I think it's a matter of finding which abilities disrupt ourselves the best. In fact, if our shadow forms were to go into a moon beam or some sort of concentration, I would even send Noblin at them for sneak attack. Disrupt them enough that it turns their focus away from whatever they're concentrating on. There's a lot of variables because, like I said, you pack quite a punch, but doesn't take much to knock you down. Dodger can pack a punch and take a punch, but if he can't hit, she doesn't outright use the word useless, but she stops because she doesn't know what else to say, because she doesn't want to call Dodger useless. But
Dodger,
she has seen him in a fight when he can't land a punch.
Roger, for some reason, you just feel like almost like an arrow goes through your heart. Like, just it hurts a little bit.
And then
but
Mary
it's
Dodger's like, Mary's insulting me somewhere. For Atlas, again, disrupting. Again, Atlas is another one where I feel like, for lack of clarity on it, I will use they for now. Atlas's abilities, though they can hinder or help us in a fight, well, help us hinder an enemy, getting them distracted and quickly taken out. I would rather, if I'm being honest, I would send Dodger at you, Averon at Atlas. I'm not entirely sure if I've seen Averon close up in a fight, as in melee distance, but I think, again, with him, putting him with somebody, maybe myself or even Neve or Noblin, where he is forced to fight not at a distance, but one-on-one might be best. As I said for myself, Sunlight. Getting me in a place where I can't see for Neve, hindering her from entering her animal ability, and making sure that Noblin can't hide. But again, this is just the beginning. I thought Averon might be able to shed more light, but it's just within the first couple of minutes of working.
When he arrives to you, or you go to him?
I was gonna go to him. I was gonna give him some time. I know what happened in the Room of Truth was a lot for a lot of people. And she like hesitates for a second and like kind of furrows her brow. And she like looks down. I know a lot of people aren't comfortable around Drow. I'm not a stranger to treatment because of where I come from, as you saw in the crater. But I fear lately I've been making Averon uncomfortable, upset, maybe. I'm not entirely sure what I did. I thought before the Xenotrim hideout that maybe we were making some... Well, I also just wanted to apologize to him that if I was making him uncomfortable. I don't mean to. And I know saying what I said about my family and my sister probably makes a lot of people more uncomfortable with me. And I'm happy to share the story when people are willing to hear it, so that way they understand. But I am trying my best to I'm trying my best to separate myself from that person I was.
I think you're doing a great job. But I don't know the you that you were. I only know the you that you are now. And I trust you.
I just hope that I can continue to be that person, or find that better person and I don't revert back, I'm not entirely sure what would happen if I were to allow Loth to reclaim me. But I want you to know
it would
that
be very hard for you to get me not to trust you at this point in time. You'd have to try a lot.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Liam.
Well, I'll leave you to your lists, and when you talk to Averon and you come up with a strategy, we should talk as a group and really figure that out.
Yeah, that was my hope, was that Averon and I could come up with something, and then once we had an outline, perhaps over the next meal we all share, we could add our own personal touches to it.
Well, I'm going to sleep because I am tired. There's a lot that happened in a very short amount of time. I will leave you. Have a rest.
You as well, and thank you for trusting me.
He nods and then proceeds out the door, struggling a little bit because he's short, but he gets out of there.
Mary will continue to work on her list.
Sweet. Dodja, Neve. Anything you two do?
Yeah, well, while Averon and Atlas were talking, Neve went to the bathroom.
Real.
The baths.
Yeah, the baths just.
But to the baths.
It's a fucking long day. Yeah, it's like,
Stinky.
listen. Yeah.
Hashtag stinky Neve.
All right.
For context, guys, that is my username in this group chat.
Oh, that's right. That is. Yes.
It
is. Shout out.
Most of us
Dodja.
have normal names, and then there's Stinky Neve, I'm Ultra Edgy, and Ryan is Zaddy Dodja. I just felt that everyone needed to know that.
Bingo. All right.
Dodger's just gonna station himself out in the hallway where all the rooms are, until he sees everybody go to their rooms to rest.
Okay. All right. For the two people that are going to the bathhouse, the basic, like the sort of interdimensional hot springs would actually be an interesting.
Interdimensional bathhouse.
That'd be terrifying, bro. Open the wrong door, there's a fucking aboleth right there, and it's like, woo! Anyway, so let's get on to it. Let me change music so that it's not like Haunting Oregon. Not that either. Alright, but you guys who are heading over to the bathhouse, let's chill with that for a second, shall we? So, open the door, and immediately you are met once again. Well, not once again. For the first time, you two are met with the sort of natural springs that flows in, that rushes in, and just simply creates a calm steam, an energy of relaxation radiates throughout the room. The water's calm. And of course, I'll take it that you were led there by either a flying book or your favorite suit of armor. So, your call, whichever you called for first. I will simply allow it as is. But either way, either Kyrus or Owain or one of the other various interesting sentient accoutrements leads you to the springs where you hear the sounds of rushing water and are left alone.
And does it look naturey?
It does look naturey. Matter of fact, hold on. Let's make it. Let's make it. We can. Yeah, sure. Here's how I'll describe it. You open it and are immediately met, of course, with the heat and the steam, and the ambiance of something as if this was plucked from a different realm. And it almost seems like there's like a hint of Fae inspiration from this. In the sense of like the living nature that is around. It is calming and definitely a dramatic shift from the dark Gothic architecture that surrounds the castle. But you two are left to your own devices there.
Awesome. As soon as Nee walks in, she is hopping in like think like jumping into a lake. Like that's what she's gonna do.
Swan dive, just hole in. Okay.
Yeah. She hasn't seen stuff like this in a
You're
while.
like, oh my god, you fucking, get assorted and jump in to the water, and just a giant splash hits and like ripples out. Some of the water sprays out, but it is soothing. It is the most relaxing. You feel almost as if like the cuts and bruises that like you sustained, like almost just fades away. And any sort of pain that you've had that's been kind of like the aching of bones, your tired muscles, just the weariness just slowly but surely just saps away and pulls away. Averon.
Are we in the, just so I know, are we in the same?
It's
thing? There's like
one giant thing.
Heard.
Devil's got no shame, bro.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Everyone's like cloaked. Mysterious.
Has the towel right there.
And he's like looking around though, still with the Fae. And he goes, I think the devil's like pandering towards us. This is fucking awesome. And then he's gonna like dip his toe.
Ooh, it's a little warm.
It's a little warm. Ooh. And then he's going to like slide in and take off his cloak as well, and he's just chill. He's cool. Got his boxers on.
Were you just wearing your cloak?
Oh, well, yeah. I assume there's like a changing area.
Oh, there is. There's little side areas that are
either
changing.
fully cloaked or just
Yeah,
the cloak.
Yeah.
We didn't see that scene where he took off his clothes.
So it's safe
Somebody
to
just came out with
assume
his
that the
cloak.
cloak stays on during sex?
Yep, cloak
Yeah,
stays on
yeah.
during bath. Yep.
Right. Before he dips fully, he takes off his cloak, but all the other clothes are like nice, and then he
Yep.
just has his cloak closed to him.
So
It's like his go-to towel.
Ew.
It's not his towel
God.
though. It's not his towel. It's not his towel.
the one
Maybe it needs to
towel that
take a
every
bath
dude
too.
has.
Maybe it needs to take a bath too.
But you slowly descend Averon, and your experience is definitely different, but almost more satisfying than Neve's. As with each layer of skin that is covered in water, as your feet plunges, then your knee, then your leg, then your torso, you feel something just plunge into you, almost down to your soul, and just calmly pull it away. And with that, what I mean is, whatever your original alignment was, you may change it back.
Yes, sir. I'm finally not evil McEvil man.
It
He's
is
going to.
so relaxing.
He's gonna like. He's like on the edge, right? Like on the edge, and then he's just gonna sink deep into the water right here until his nose is there.
Neva's
See the
floating.
bubbles?
Neva's
Yeah.
floating.
And then he's going to like kind of like snap out of this like trance and this weird funk he's been in. He's like, "Whoa, Neve, was I always kind of like, was I dickish?
Yeah.
My bad." I didn't know. I didn't. I mean, I was angry.
Why?
Why was I mad? I think it's because.
Because we're in hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or was it deeper than that?
You mentioned you lost your family too.
Yes.
I'm sorry we couldn't get you.
Well, next time. when we've trained more and when it's meant to happen, it will happen.
Yeah. Just let me get like a one punch in too.
Just one.
I need to get one lick in.
I gotta get the final.
Yeah, no, of course. You get the final for sure. I also just feel like how the mention of what happened before we got here affected you. I lost my family too. And the things that took my family. That stench, it's all throughout hell. Maybe it's just me, but it makes me completely uncomfortable. It's like everywhere I go, I feel bliss. I feel like I'm surrounded in that cold, like supernatural like place all the time.
Almost stuck in the memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I think it's really difficult to understand why people do the incredibly disgusting things they do. And some people just don't have that feeling. Feel sorry or regretful of anything. I'm not like that.
I'm glad you're happier though.
Well, gotta try and move forward.
Yeah. Try. Is there soap in this place?
Make a perception check.
Soapy.
Oh yes, sir.
This.
Oh, there we go.
Let's see. Let us see the perception check. 19.
Yeah,
You
know
do
where that soap
see,
is.
yeah, you do see a soiree of various scented soaps.
Alright.
They're all they're very finely stacked, there for your choosing. Yeah.
Just too fancy for me. I don't know. I mean, nature's pretty clean.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
You turn into animals. Please don't tell me you haven't. He tosses a bar of soap.
It hits you like in the head and just sort of floats on the water.
That's soap. And you never mind.
Tell me what it does.
What? Druids. You clean your body with it, and you dip it in water, and he dips his water, and he illustrates how to soap, and it cleans you, and then he looks at his right arm, and he's like, I don't even know if I can clean this thing.
I'll try.
You look at your right arm. Is it like out of the bandages or is it back in?
I think it's out of the bandages.
You just look at it and whatever sort of light, like red light that was glowing on it, and the bone within it, it's it's definitely not something that you would touch, as it still feels like, oh, the magic still may be there, but it's taking the water. At least anything, you do see water droplets fall from it.
Now that you're like decloaked, can I see how far it goes to?
You do see that. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Like all this chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It basically, the whole thing. Yeah, it goes all the way, it stretches until you see right dead in the center. There is this swirling black orb right there, implanted in the chest, and it literally looks like it was carved and placed in like a stone into a socket.
I know I can't touch it, but can I look a little closer?
You can try, but please be careful.
What happens if you touch it? Anything?
A really bad phone call.
What's a phone?
Really bad.
Very bad message spell.
A really bad raven, carrier raven.
Yeah.
Very bad. Really bad. Yeah.
Are you listening?
Yeah, the water steam. I don't know what tries to happen. I don't want to communicate with whatever is inside me, if that's what it does.
I know you don't like it, and it's terrible, but it's very interesting looking.
Right. Remember, this is the kill. Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry. I know.
It's all good.
I just wait. Is this related? Sorry. Is it related to what you were speaking of earlier? Your family?
Kind of. I led my original team into a camp, to a cultist camp, trying to hopefully rescue someone from my family. Little did I know that family member was the one who was leading that cultist camp. And so that 1 second of shock and awe just it made me immovable. And in that second she took advantage, and they're gone. But then after what happened, the slaughter, they took me and placed me on this device. And from there I just went black. And then when I awoke, I had this thing on. And then anything I touched withers away.
Were you very close to her in particular?
She was my aunt. Yeah.
Do you know anything else about the cult? Have you looked into it?
No. I was young. Still kind of young, I guess.
How young?
You go back to, what is it? How young?
Do you want me to say that again?
That'd be great.
Okay. How young?
I was 24. Young and stupid. But that's why I don't want to make that mistake again. And he's gonna get out of the water. It's boxers. It's fine. Boxers. And then he puts on his clothes. Puts on his clothes.
The anime cloud mist haze
Yeah.
pulls in.
Random sunbeams
so
from nowhere.
Yeah, random sunbeam.
So anyway.
So, anyway.
But yeah. So yeah. And then he wraps his. Well, he tries to look. Is there a towel? Do we have towels?
The moment you
Before I
think
put
of
on-
that, you feel a towel just flop down onto your shoulder from nowhere.
What? What the? This is weird.
I don't
This
like
is
that.
weird.
Don't do that to me. She says to the ceiling. Don't do that to me. I don't want to feel like that.
Okay.
As she stands out of the water.
You stand out on the water. You see a
The people
towel.
over there.
You see a towel just slowly descend in place where you point.
And she runs to it.
Yeah, you go to it, grab it. It's a very nice towel.
Thanks. It's towel. Demon.
Wonderful.
Uh.
You return.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What were you gonna say? Oh, yeah, I was gonna say you return to your clothes and they are finely folded and smell nice. Relatively clean. As clean as like the natural equipment, like the natural traveling gear that you have can be.
Everyone's gonna take any bandages if I hope that or whatever, but the normal material he's been using. He's gonna try to cover a little bit of his
New bandage.
yeah, probably his torso and his like arm, but keep his hand exposed. And he's gonna, yeah. I want to cover it just in case I bump into anybody. I don't want it to hurt them. But I'll try to do something with these. Never mind. I'll have some video.
Okay.
I say we never speak of this again, Neve. We never speak of this. I'm just gonna walk out.
So stupid. Okay. Anyway, everyone runs away to find out what to do with his hand. And
Thanks to meet you, thanks.
no problem. We are going to shift perspectives over to our good friend Noblin. Noblin.
What's going on? Come on.
So what are you doing there, buddy?
Man, can I tell you something? I went right to my room, and I went right to my room, and I started, just imagining everyone, and
Imagining
like,
everyone? Oh boy.
Yeah, I started imagining. Right? And
Right.
I also started thinking about what I was told before about how I need to control this anger a little bit, and I realized I didn't do a good job. And so I'm kind of reflecting on that. So I'm doing my breathing, and
You sit there and you're doing your breathing, just kind of relaxing in your room.
I find my chair pose, and I sit in a chair, and I get to crafting, right? And so some of the things I'm thinking about making is I got some charcoal and paper. I'm making poppets. Hypothetically, these poppets could be used to do two things. This is up to DM discretion, but these are the ideas that came into my head, right?
Perfect.
Start a little fire, make a loud noise, distract someone. Perhaps we could gain advantage.
Okay.
Right. And then I was also thinking, of making a music box with the absolute worst song anyone has ever heard. Right. And the idea is I could either throw it out as a vicious mockery, right? And do a little 1d4, or it could be so distracting that they gain disadvantage on concentration spells.
You know what? Don't hate that idea. So with the poppets, wouldn't technically it'd be like you'd need gunpowder for this, like to make the pop?
Yeah.
What I will say is you could definitely make something that could cause a distraction, or ignite something, because you just need a spark, you know. So I'll say that's easy enough for you to make. You know, you basically would take those these little charcoal bits, the size enough chunk that you can throw, and it won't break easily. But you wrap it in a little bit of dried cloth. So then it would hypothetically, if you struck hard enough, it would make a spark light the cloth and burn. That's easy enough for you to do. You probably did that a lot in prison. So, obviously. But as for the music box, that's an interesting thing because your gnomish traits would allow you to make them, correct? If I'm correct, you're a rock gnome?
Yes, I'm a rock gnome, so I got the Tinkerer racial gnome ability, which allows me to make fire starters, music boxes, clockwork toys.
Yeah, I'll say you have a whole bunch of stuff within your pouches, within your bags, just random metal knickknacks that you could probably craft together and tinker. My only question for you is, what is this song, or what does this song sound like?
Oh boy, do I got you. Here it is. It's a rap rendition.
It's a JBL speaker with with Fetty Wap. Okay.
Yeah. So I want you
to be mine again, baby.
Okay. Now that we've officially outdated this video because meme culture moves too quick.
Moves too quick. We're decrepit by now.
It's real simple. It's a rap, right?
Right. Okay.
Ryan, feel free to drop a beat in the editing if you so wish.
Hold on, wait. I'm pretty sure we can do this. Hold on. Let me look up basic rap beat.
I'm letting you know I only have 4 sentences that I have at all in my head.
Oh, don't worry. You ready for this? Okay. Shout out to hip hop drum track, 100 BPM, high quality. Perfect. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, Shadow Man. Run away as fast as you can. Noblin's the man. With the fucking plan, he's gonna stab you, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Stab you, bitch. Stab you, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Noblin. Man with the plan, Noblin.
Don't sell yourself short. That was far more than 4 lines.
We are not making it out of hell on this one.
Gang is staying right where we are.
We are fucked.
If we make that a clip and post it on TikTok, we are so gonna get fucking flagged.
And you know what? I love the flags. Can I tell you something? We keep the flags around us. Post it all to TikTok. We need 17 more of them. If this TikTok gets 1,000 views and 100 likes, I'll drop an album.
But as Noblin though, right?
As Noblin. Yeah.
Oh, please let it just be like a.
It's gonna be that 8 different renditions.
8 different renditions.
Yeah.
We should get Miles on the track as well. A collab.
Hey Kendrick,
I got a honey bun.
Kendrick, you want to be featured on Noblin's diss track?
It will be dissing Drake.
I just want to do something. Liam and Mary and Dodja, and where, Atlas, are you in your
No, I've started wandering the halls.
Okay, cool. We'll get to that in a second. But for the people who are by the resting areas, make a perception check. Not a high DC.
No, not a high DC.
God.
It's just so funny.
Shout out.
Fuck. How do you come up with this shit?
Here's the thing.
It's so good.
So what scores did you get? I got Oh boy.
I got a
11,
14.
13, 14. Yeah, this works. So the thing is, it doesn't actually come out to like that quality. Like you have to kind of, there's no like instruments like around that you have available. So you kind of like, as you make and tinker this tool, you basically get to a point where it like records something, which is impressive in its own right to record something with just tinkering. Gnomes they're out of this world in the recording studio, especially being able to make that shit. But you make the beat in like in your own way, and it comes back to you sort of like discordant and like hollow-ish, like almost like it's coming through an old-timey record player, like one of the hand crank ones.
Perfect.
So then you have to record your lyrics on top of it, and all of you hear this just weird noise. And what I will say is, after it's completed, it is very much reminiscent of your first SoundCloud rap song. If you were to be one of those people, this shit is not getting off Bandcamp. This is staying there. But you hold on to this device and you listen to it, and you know it's effective when even you're like, ouch.
Yeah.
So what I will say is, for the mechanics of this, I will let you basically be able to crank it up and throw it towards someone. And as long as they are near it, so we'll say within 10 feet of it, right? They have to make a wisdom saving throw? Yeah, we'll say a wisdom saving throw. Of like, we'll say 10. Wisdom save 10. Or get disadvantage on concentration checks. And it'll last for a d4 rounds.
Okay.
So there we go.
I like that. Thank you.
Your JBL speaker is completed.
Perfect.
And
got a JBL.
The rest of us
I'm gonna add
hear
that
it
to my
though,
inventory.
yes?
Yep. I'll say you can add a what is he at? Yeah,
Calling
JBL.
it a JBL speaker.
Sure, call it a
yes.
JBL speaker. It's the creation
That's
of
how we
it. We're like
invent-
Steve, it's like
Oh,
Steve
GBL.
Jobs. And,
Oh my god.
GBL.
what?
GBL. Noblin.
Oh, GBL. Yo, I want you.
I want you to be mine again, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not making it out of hell on this one, that's for sure. But we're fucked. All right, so is there anything else you'd like to do as you were sitting there?
Yeah. I just want to kind of, I don't know if this is a bad idea or not, but I kind of want to just say out loud and be like, I didn't mean to pray to you. I'm sorry. Okay? I didn't mean it. I renounce you. Get away from me.
Yeah. So you call out. I just say like into the void. Just saying that. Cool.
Can I do something with
Some
that?
thumbs up.
Do I hear that as well, or just the really bad music?
See, it's
Like
about
how-
as loud as the music. So
You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna do it. I don't think I kind of want to do something really stupid, but I feel like Mary wouldn't, so never mind.
There we go. Okay. Awesome.
I'm
So
gonna
with
burrow
that,
into my bed now. Go to bed.
okay. You burrow in. The calmness coming through you. And your just desire to rest. A hint of musicality, but you have to write rhymes another day.
Right. Rhymes are what's like the sheep jumping over the fence for me to fall.
Yep, it's just music notes.
Mhm.
Yep. It's music notes, then platinum, then record deals, then
And just the words boom bap over and over again. Going over the fence.
Yeah. Is Noblin about to fucking multi-class into Bard? Because that would be insanely funny.
Aside
be
from the
great.
table, over the table really quick, the only two things that I have ever thought about multi-classing are Monk and Bard, and I think both would be fucking hilarious.
Monk. Oh,
You heard him.
all right.
Monk Noblin would go
Noblin
insane.
goes to a monastery and comes back and is like, I found wholeness of oneself. But
Exactly.
anyway,
That's the anger management, is that I just learned good breathing techniques, and now I got key and shit.
God.
What is this, Demon
Stop.
Slayer?
Yeah.
Full character arc right there.
Yeah, that's the next. That's the next
All right.
arc for us is taking
Yep, we go to Kunlun and Noblin learns about cheaper town homes. Anyway, so, oh man, shout out Marvel Rivals. All right, so with that, shifting away, Atlas, you wander through the halls, taking in all the decorum, the vastness of this manor, until eventually you even stumble across two large doors that open up to what seems to be almost like a ballroom. Empty, of course. Clear of chairs, large. I almost said furnace, fireplace. That's the word. There we go. Not a furnace.
Just
There's
take
a
a quick
boiler
jump.
just sitting out right there.
Oh.
No, but a large fireplace is there. Several sort of things of art are displayed about. And it's surprisingly enough, this seems to be a room that is not focused on a lot, as you see the light of hell gleam through in this ballroom, so it gives it a cast of red.
Mm-hmm.
Something you notice.
Can I look around for an instrument?
Make a perception check. Sure.
Cool. Where the hell is my perception? That's performance.
Close
there we
enough.
go. A little bit higher. Shit, I don't see shit.
I'd say you sort of look around. There's various doors towards the back end. Open a couple. Find little closets that seem to be empty. But no instruments within them.
And there's not just like a piano just in the ballroom at random or anything?
I'd say that there is, sure. I'll say that there's one in the distance that just is draped over with a fabric.
Okay. I was just kind of go over. I just kind of look before gripping and pulling the sheet, just to kind of see.
You pull it back, and it is a very beautiful piano. Long, made out of a dark oak. A very fine finish on all of it. The keys are porcelain white. Is it very well maintained? It all is very clean and well kept and well crafted.
I say Atlas is gonna run his hand just along the top where I guess it's closed.
Yeah.
Because I know with like certain pianos, you have like
This is just open
the
keys.
top
open
portion.
keys.
Yeah, the top.
It's not
portion is, like,
closed. It's left open keys.
Yeah. But
He's
he's just gonna run and then sit at the front, and he is gonna take some time to change. She is.
I said it's okay.
Okay, but she is going to begin to play exactly how she is feeling, and it's like this dark, almost. It's like a deeply sorrowful but dark melody.
Okay.
It's like representing her inner turmoil, what exactly she's feeling after everything that has occurred since the truth room.
Okay.
I don't know what else to call the room. It's the truth room.
The truth room.
The truth room. The one
It's
where all your truths come out. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
But yeah. Do you want me to
Oh,
make like a performance
oh,
check or?
This is what I want to see, actually.
Okay.
I want to see if I can find a song that actually. I'll say make a performance check while I find a song.
Okay, cool. Oh,
Depending on the check, depends on what music Dimitri actually finds.
I got a dirty 20, so.
Dirty 20.
I got a dirty 20. Let's go.
Very nice. All right. So, with a dirty 20, I will definitely say it's much like any artist displaying their emotion through their art. You've been classically trained by many musicians, especially like this music has been something that has followed you throughout your practically almost your entire life. It is something that you've trained with even as a child. And it's something that is a way for you to exert yourself and show how you truly feel. Let me see if this sounds good. No, even darker. Even darker. Can be even darker. But as you sit there,
We can always put it in post, by the way.
Don't even worry about it. I got it. Watch this. Pow.
I love his excitement whenever he finds music. It's great.
We'll go with this. I trust this. You sit there. And you focus. And almost the mood itself as you play the keys changes. And you do begin to actually hear droplets of rain almost patter against a window. As you play and focus, your eyes peep through just little bits, and the light itself of the room begins to shift. As if the musicality of this room decides basically the vibe. And your emotional pouring into this piano alters it from the reds of this to dark shades of blue, to gray, to storm, resembling the storm that lies within you. But you sit there and play. And there's something interesting. You begin to get lulled into this space of playing this piano and focusing, that you don't feel the piano itself shift. And you along with it as you continue to play. And then you open your eyes and see surrounding in the room what seems to be ghosts, all dancing along to the song. And even in its own right, ghosts next to you, all strumming instruments, joining you in building this. It's something that takes you aback at first. But as you sit there and keep playing, all of them share in the very emotion that you display, in the very turmoil that is within you. There is very little bits of joy within here. And all it seems is like they are here to share in your experience. But then you carry on playing the piano and focusing. All of them dance around the room. It is weird to see ghosts dance, especially You never expected this, but what else could you expect in a manner like this? But you keep playing. They all wistfully follow. Until eventually, you feel yourself coming to the closing of this piano. You feel within your heart just something push and push and push. Until eventually, you strum the last keys. And you feel basically the final crescendo arise until it eventually fades and dies down. And you see all the ghosts, all the spirits also join in the fading and the dying out till you're plucking your last keys and all of them, one by one, flicker and fade. Just one at a time until eventually all that's left is you.
In those final notes, playing, like, once the song comes to an end, she doesn't feel better. If anything, it is just kind of heightened those emotions, which kind of quickly turns into this sort of almost angry sort of feeling. And she just kind of slams her fingers on the keys, like, repeatedly, as in just trying to get it out, and just fingers turn to fist, and she just starts screaming because this feeling will not go away. She cannot make it go away. She has the unfortunate burden of riding out the wave until it ends. Because there is no fixing it.
As you do that, of course, the room itself kind of ripples with your rage, confused on what's going on until eventually it settles. And your eyes look up, and you see one figure standing at the end. A tall man, white hair, morose, who simply turns over and applauds. But after that, and some time, all of you eventually find your rest. As for the next day, what is to come with this next rest? Well, after? Find out next time on Dice Rolls Can Kill. And with that, we're going to close out this episode. Very fun, very fun. Yeah, like I said, we'll find out next time what happens, and it's more than likely going to be a fight again. Going to be very fun. What? No way! Shocker! Someone get Macaulay Culkin. We're shot. I'm bamboozled. Either way,
Hiding yourself.
I wonder.
Yeah. I wonder. Very.
I wonder who we're fighting.
Either way.
Yay!
Well, I guess we'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z or some shit. I don't know. But thank you guys so very much for joining us, and very fun, very interesting, and we will see you guys next time. Until
Don't forget
then,
to tip your waiters or whatever.
yeah, sure,
If you're
totally.
a country that does that.
If you're a country that does. That's very true. I'll join in on that later. That'll be an after hours discussion. But either way, everyone, have a good one. Adios.
See ya.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
lovelies.
Bye-bye.
Drink your fucking water.
That.